Those who've made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty have been honoured this National Police Remembrance Day. 270 names were etched in stone on the Wall of Remembrance in Sydney.
Each name a reminder the mission can be a dangerous one. The oath to protect is a dangerous one. It's our duty to ensure that their courage and selfless actions are never forgotten.
The Police Commissioner and the Premier also reflected on the sacrifices made by the families of our men and women in blue.
Now to Gavin Morris with a quick look at the weather. And Gav, a cool weekend change is on the way.
Yes, that's right. A very warm Friday indeed. Plenty of 30s recorded throughout the Upper Hunter and the northwest. Warm over northern New South Wales and southern Queensland. Now, over the northern rivers in southern Queensland, it'll remain warm until tomorrow night. But elsewhere, the southerly will be moving through during the day across the greater Hunter, mid-north coast and southern parts of the northwest. Your local weekend details soon.
Thanks, Gav. Ahead in the news, the double demerit warning ahead of the long weekend.
And a milestone for those protecting our coastline.
It's growing up too fast? At Best and Less, we'll grow with them. Get our latest must-have tops with new all-over prints for just $5 each. And classic chambray shorts just $10. All sizes baby to teen and all guaranteed to last. That's why we're called Best and Less.
At Nick Scali, save up to 10 to 40% off lounges and selected items. Save up to 10 to 40%. The Nick Scali Lounge Sale. On now.
Heritage Gardens, an award-winning accredited nursery with a team of experienced horticulturalists. Discover a large selection of plants, trees, pots and gifts. Best advice, best quality, best gardens. Heritage Gardens Nursery and Cafe, New England Highway.
I'm thinking about how much it means to stay in touch. Never before have we been able to share life this way. It's beautiful. We're lucky to live in these times. And I work at Southern Phone, so I get to do what I love every day. Connect with people.
Experience Southern Phone's award-winning regional Australian customer service. Call 13 14 64 or visit us online today.
Want to clean all the dirt from your carpets? Then try this powerful Hoover vacuum. It features HEPA filtration and comes with a turbo head, perfect for pet hair. It even passes the Godfrey's bowling ball test. Now a red hot $98. Try it before you buy it, but only at Godfrey's.
Yeah. Race about to jump.
Yeah, close.
This spring, you'll be able to watch every race on Sky everywhere. Because TAB has more live Sky racing vision than any other app.
Oh, it is. You almost missed it.
Who are you backing this spring? TAB. Download the app today.
The game of football is about pain. I thought foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad those Archer boys are in my shoes.
See if they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at Good Feet Store, Katara.
Waterford is a natural haven. Waterford is a home with a heart. Come home to Waterford. Choice of block sizes available. Visit waterfordliving.com.au.
Harvey Norman, big games, big deals with a big 60 months interest free. Toshiba 55-inch UHD Android TV, $996. Add a soundbar for big sound. Massport Weekend Barbecue, $299. Westinghouse 460-litre fridge, only $795. Up to 20% off computers including Surface Pro, laptop and book. Bigger the size, bigger the deal. Up to 50% off big brand mattresses. Up to 25% off bathroom and kitchen tapware. Plus $99 entire home carpet installation. Harvey Norman, big deals and Tuesday.
It's a sickening thought. The majority of people in aged care are living with pain. But NBN News can tonight reveal a new phone app can pick up signs on a sufferer's face without them having to say a word.
This is the latest technology that's uncovering pain.
Pain's an enormous issue in aged care. We know that 80% of people have pain, and we know that very often that pain goes untreated or is poorly managed.
Particularly among those with dementia. This is a demonstration of the Pain Check app, which has been rolled out to 20 aged care centres
across the country.
That look at micro-muscle movements in the face, they're indicative of pain. So grimacing of the face, a parting of the lips, a creasing across the eyebrows could be examples of indicative pain movements.
Other non-facial cues are part of the checklist, which generates a score to distinguish between mild, moderate and severe pain. A Lambie Heights village resident, Berenice Halloran, says it's needed.
I'm all right. I can talk and I can...
This is the latest technology that's uncovering pain.
Pain's an enormous issue in aged care. We know that 80% of people have pain, and we know that very often that pain goes untreated or is poorly managed.
Among those with dementia. This is a demonstration of the Pain Check app, which has been rolled out to 20 aged care centres across the country.
That look at micro-muscle movements in the face, they're indicative of pain. So grimacing of the face, a parting of the lips, a creasing across the eyebrows could be examples of indicative pain movements.
Other non-facial cues are part of the checklist, which generates a score to distinguish between mild, moderate and severe pain. Aged care resident Berenice Halloran says it's needed.
I'm all right. I can talk and I can yak on, but if you can't communicate with somebody, it must be terribly hard.
Our staff are communicating to me and they were just absolutely astonished with how this has improved the well-being and the health of our residents who can't communicate.
Through more effective treatments, from warm blankets to massage and pain relievers. The innovation is already making a difference in prescribing patterns. One aged care provider says the use of antipsychotic medication has fallen since embracing the app. That's because behavioural issues can be a product of untreated pain.
So I think it's a fantastic idea and anything that can help in the future is great.
A fresh approach in helping those without a voice. Gabriella Rogers, NBN News.
To finance and the share market saw big rises today, mainly driven by material and finance stocks. The big four banks were all in the green for the first time this week. The All Ordinaries gained 26 points. To commodities, and gold is trading higher while oil is lower. It's trading at just over $71.5 a barrel. And the Aussie dollar rose against the majors today. It's currently buying just over 72 US cents.
School holidays and a long weekend can make for a dangerous combination on our roads. New South Wales Police are pleading for motorists to take it easy and not cave to the temptation of a mobile phone.
A Sydney mother watching a video on her mobile phone, her toddler in the back seat, unrestrained. 16 demerit points, gone.
Using your phone and potentially committing another offence, you'll lose your licence by the side of the road.
Other drivers ignoring the warnings on day one of the long weekend. This woman takes a handheld call on the M5 and this driver isn't far behind her.
Road users using their phones will lose 10 demerit points.
Double demerits are in force until Monday night, and mobile phone use isn't the only thing police are targeting. Speeding offences could set you back by up to a dozen demerits if you are driving 45 kilometres an hour over the limit. While if you or your passengers aren't wearing a seatbelt, you'll be stung 6 points, up from 3.
People are looking at their phones while they're driving, a lot of accidents, so there needs to be quite harsh penalties for that.
10 points.
Oh wow, so if someone's already got a few points, they could potentially lose their licence.
I think it's pretty high. I think it's pretty high.
The message is simple. If you're behind the wheel and using a mobile phone, you will be held personally responsible. Police have the means and determination to see it through.
These days, we are taking people's phones out of their cars after a crash and downloading that data to see whether or not the use of that mobile phone has contributed to either a serious injury or even a fatal crash on our roads.
Will you be using your phone this weekend?
Definitely not.
Julie Snook, NBN News.
As our beach-obsessed nation gears up for another scorching summer, spare a thought for the thousands of volunteers who keep our coastline safe.
Tomorrow marks the beginning of the summer surf lifesaving season and a major milestone for the Hunter branch.
From Hawk's Nest to Catherine Hill Bay, when the flags go up for the summer of 2018 this long weekend, it'll signal 100 years of surf lifesaving on Hunter beaches.
Being 100 years, we've got an extra reason to be there and to celebrate what we've achieved and the people that went before us, what they did to make our life today.
A century of service is cause for reflection. A community movement that began at the end of World War I with just 4 clubs, morphing into a way of life that's lasted the test of time.
I think that camaraderie is still what we're about today. We're truly about caring for each other and family, and that's what it was when it came back then.
And caring for the community is what drives Surf Lifesavers. Selfless acts of heroics etched in history. For the 55 Maitland floods, and half a century later for the Pasha-Bolka storm. Forever prepared to go beyond their jurisdiction to save a life.
We're able to use our IRBs. That was the weekend we opened up this building and somebody parked a big red boat on Nobby's Beach.
A progressive organisation that's kept up with the times. From rescue reels and surf boats to IRBs and jet skis. A hunger for technology that's allowed it to change with the times. The same pioneering spirit that led to the region's first rescue helicopter.
December 1975, Newcastle branch meeting, we decided that they needed another surveillance in the sky for sharks and for patrolling, and so we set about forming the rescue helicopter.
Today, the Hunter branch has grown to 13 clubs and close to 7,500 members. This year alone, they'll volunteer more than 70,000 hours of patrol time, and their message to beachgoers is a simple one.
If it's a heavy situation, get help, definitely get help. Ask for assistance, people are always willing to assist you.
And of course, swim between the flags. Stephen Mount, NBN News.
They do such a great job.
Yeah, they really do.
Over to sport now with Kate Haberfield.
And Kate, all eyes are on Cooper Cronk.
They are, and Roosters fans would like what they saw today. Coming up after the break, will Cooper Cronk be fighting fit for the grand final? And Ben Simmons prepares to take on some of Australia's best.
Australia, the taste of delicious Aussie fruit and veg is right here at Coles.
Juicy Aussie whole watermelon, just $1 a kilo. That's right, just $1 a kilo.
For delicious fresh fruit and veg, good